Hey, Jason Brown here, stock market coach and option trader. And in this video, I want to walk you through how to trade options on the Webull app. Now, a lot of people get confused about how to answer the questions to even get approved to trade options. So I'm actually going to set up the entire options account. I haven't even set it up before, right here live on the camera, and I'm going to walk you through the questions to show you and explain how to answer them to get approved for options. Also, if you're new to the Webull app, be sure to click the link in the description and you can get a free stock just for opening up an account. And then if you make an initial deposit of at least $100, you'll get a second free stock. I don't know how long these companies are going to be doing the whole free stock giveaway, so I would suggest you take advantage of it while they're still doing it. Let's get into the tutorial. First thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the Webull app. Now, how do you get to the options platform, or how do you get to the portion to get approved from it? If you look here straight across the middle row, we're on the Webull tab. So there's watch list, there's market, but we're on the middle tab with the Webull logo. And then if you look at the middle row, you'll see quick trade, performance, deposit, and more. We're going to click the more button. When you click the more button, you're going to see a row that says option trading. Well, you're going to see trade and then account banking, but under the account row, you're going to see option trading. We're going to click the option trading button. All right, so now that we're here in the option trading button, let's walk through the questions that they're going to ask you and how you need to answer them to get approved. So the first question they're going to ask you, what is your general investment experience? My personal experience is very extensive. However, if you pick none or not that much, it's a good chance you're not going to get approved for options. Now, that doesn't mean you need to come in here and lie, but it does mean you might need to paper trade or practice or do something so that you don't say that your investment experience is none or not that much. So my investment experience is extensive. So the next question is going to be options investment experience. When I click that button, they're going to ask me, how long have I been trading options? I've been trading options for about 16 years. So I'm going to hit excellent at 5 years plus. Again, if you've never traded an option before, your answer is going to be none, but I would suggest you do a practice trade or share the experience that you plan to get over the next 1 to 2 years, and I would pick 1 to 2 years of experience. But in my case, excellent, 5 years plus. Option investment objective. This is where I think most people lose it, okay? So you do not trade options to preserve capital. So I'm going to start at that one. You do not trade options to preserve capital, because even though options can be used to bring in capital, for whatever reason, the world considers options risky. But if you really know how to use options, they actually limit risk, which is a conversation for a whole nother day. Okay, the other question is, are you trading options for income? Because options have an expiration date, again, the world doesn't consider options as a viable way to trade for income. However, again, if you know how to trade options, you can actually buy stock and sell options against it and bring in income very safely. But that's, again, a whole nother conversation for another day. So you don't, in my opinion, want to pick income. You either want to pick growth or speculation. I am going to pick speculation because it lets them know that I'm willing to take wild and crazy speculative risks. And that's what they're trying to figure out about you. Is this a person that can take risks? Because there's nothing guaranteed in the stock market. So the more risk you're telling the system or the company that you're willing to take on, the more they're going to say, this person understands the risk. They said they were doing this for speculative reasons. So we're going to allow them to trade options, because if they lose all their money, we're going to be able to pull back up this profile and say, this is what they said they wanted to do. If you pick, I have no experience, I've never traded options before, I'm trying to do this for safe and growth reasons or safe income reasons, then they're going to deny you, because they're going to say you don't have the experience, you've never traded options before, and you're looking for something safe. We don't want the responsibility of allowing you to get behind the wheel of this powerful vehicle, and you just told us you don't know what you're doing and you've never driven before, okay? That's kind of the analogy of how they're taking these questions. Now, options risk tolerance. Let's go there. My risk is very high. Your risk should be very high if you want a good chance of getting approved. But if you pick 0 or extremely low, Probably if you pick conservative as well, you probably won't get approved because again, they're going to say options involve high risk. And so do you have a high tolerance for the movement, the expiration, how this whole process works? And then investment time horizon. Okay. If you pick long, 8 years or more, first of all, they're going to understand that you don't understand options because options, typically the longest option that you can even buy is a leap option, which is maximum about 2 years. So if you come in here and pick 8 years or more, they're going to say there's not even an option that goes out for 8 years. So they're going to probably immediately know that you don't know what you're doing or what you're talking about. If you pick average 4 to 7 years, again, there is no option that typically goes further out than 2 years. They're called leaps or long-term equity asset positions is what I believe leaps stand for. And so long-term in the option world is 1 to 2 years max. Okay, so you need to pick short, less than 3 years because there's no options that really go out past 2 years. Those are going to be the telltale signs if they should approve you or not for trading options. So those are how I would answer the questions based on my risk profile. You want to make sure you do the same thing accordingly to your risk profile. So let's go ahead and hit continue. They're going to ask, have you read and understand the conditions, terms and conditions of options provided? I'm going to say, yes, I have read it and I do understand. I'm going to pause the camera while I sign it because I don't want my signature on camera, and then we'll come back and we'll finish the video. Okay, so now that they have my signature on file, it says your updated application has been submitted. Normally, it will be reviewed and approved in 1 business day. You can trade original approved option strategies until your level has been updated. So all that simply means is I'll probably be able to trade regular calls, regular put options, until they review my application. Then I'll probably be approved for spreads, bull call spreads, bear call spreads, iron condors, iron butterflies, strangles, straddles. And if you don't know what that stuff is, those are just advanced option strategies. We talk about those more in depth inside my course called Advanced Options. But if you don't even know how options work in the first place, then you need to know how call and regular put options work, which we talk about in our Options Explained course, because in order to graduate to advanced options, you're going to be using 2 calls and 2 puts. So you're using a combination of about 4 options together. So you really want to know what you're doing before you start to get into those. So that's why it says you'll be approved for regular call and put options. So now that we have access to regular call and put options, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so now when I click into the options tab now, look what it says. It says you have been approved for the following trades. Covered calls. So what that simply means, what a covered call is, you own the stock and you sell an option against it. You're covered in the event that you get called out. So let me give you an example. Let's just say you own Apple stock at $100 a share. You can sell a $110 option, which means someone has the right to buy it from you at 110. So if Apple goes from 100 to 115, someone's going to call you out. They're going to call you and say, hey, I want that stock at 110 because it's trading at 115 for them. So you're going to have to deliver the stock that you own at 100 to this person at 110. So you make the difference between 100 and 110, and you get to keep the money that you were paid for selling that option. So that's why it's called a covered call. You want to be covered in the event that you get called out. Now let's talk about the second one, cash secured puts. So what is a cash secured put? What a cash secured put means is it's basically a naked put that you actually have the money to cover, so it's not naked anymore. It's a little bit confusing. So here, let me tell you what that means. Let's use the same Apple example. Let's just say Apple's trading at $115. You might sell a put. That means someone can put the stock to you or me, put you at 115. So if Apple falls to $100, someone can force you to buy it at 115. That's how put options work. That's how people make money from stocks falling. Well, they're saying you can do cash secured puts, which means if you're going to sell that put to someone, you better have $115 per share up to 100 shares, because that's how many an option controls, you better have $115 times 100 shares sitting on standby. That means it's cash secured in case the stock falls and they get to put it to you. Now, if the stock goes up, they'll never put it to you, all right? But this isn't a training about how options work. Just trying to explain to you how to get approved for it, and then how does the platform work on the Webull trade now, okay? Now, long put, which means you can buy a put option. So you're long, you own a put option. Long calls, oh, let me back up. If you buy a put and you're long just means you own something. So if you buy a put, you're long a put option, which means you anticipate the market or a stock going down. If you are long a call, it just means you own a call option and you anticipate the stock going up over a certain period of time. So those are the basic option trading strategies that I'm approved for. And then you can see here it says apply for an update. And then right below that it says if your investment profile does not accurately reflect your option trading experience and risk tolerance, you may reapply again. And so that's why you have to answer those questions, because they're going to analyze your appetite for risk and they're going to approve you accordingly. All right. So I'm going to hit the apply for an update. And it's going to take you to that screen that we already went through. So I'm not going to reapply for it. They're going to probably look over my answers, and then in 24 hours, they're going to give me a resolution, or they're going to say, hey, Jason Brown, your account has been updated. All right. So that's how you apply for and get approved for options on the Webull trading app. Now, let's take a look at how do you actually trade an option, okay? Now that we're approved for the basics of options trading, let's go here and then let's look up a stock. So let's just stick with Apple. So here's Apple right here. Here's the chart of Apple. You got all of that information, the quotes, the news, etc. Okay? If we scroll down, it's just going to give you all the information. Now you notice we have a new tab down here at the bottom called options. I'm going to hit that options tab. And now you're going to see an options chain. Okay, so options chain is just going to, they just call it a chain because all of these options are linked to the stock. So each chain is a different month, a different strike price, a different call or put option. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at an option chain here. So let's just say I wanted to buy an 8-day option, maybe a put option on Apple. On the right side is puts, on the left side is a call. I can click this 235 put option, and it's going to say, do you want to buy both? You want to buy a call? You want to just show calls, puts, or both? That's going to change the screen. And it's going to ask, what do you want to buy? Do you want to buy a call or do you want to buy a put? So if you just tap the screen, it'll change from call to put. And you see it switches to the other side. Let me do that again. If I hit the screen, it switches from call. So you see that green little square. If I hit it again, it switches over to the put side. So if I want to buy a put, it's going to switch to that side. So what this is simply saying is I want to buy a 232.50 strike price put, which just means someone is agreeing that I can put the stock to them at 232.50. Okay, how many do I want to buy? I can increase my amount to 5 or however many. I'm just going to say 1. Right now, the bid is going for $6.25. The ask is going for $6.40. So somewhere in there, you should be able to get fill. If you want to 100% get fill, you have to pay $6.40. All right, so I'm going to hit trade and just show you what happens. So they're going to just confirm that this is really what you want. And so they're going to give you a little bit of a chart that shows where you make money and where you lose money. They're going to also show you below here if this is a limit or a market, or you could put a stop or a stop limit. Now a limit says, hey, this is the maximum I'm willing to pay for this option. So I usually like to do limit order. So like I don't want to pay any more than $6.50. So if by the time I press this order, if it's going for $6.60, it won't send the order to the market. It won't get filled because I've already said I'm willing to pay max $6.50. So I typically like to send limit orders. I don't typically like to do market orders unless I'm trying to get out. But if the market is really moving fast, you could get out at a price that you really didn't want. So I like to do limits. And then it's going to say you're buying one contract Right now it's going for $630. That's what they're saying. I'm willing to pay at least $650. And so they're going to show you that your estimated premium that you will pay is $650. Now it might be lower than that because remember, options trade on lots of 100. So just by buying one contract, I'm willing to pay $6.50 times one contract, which controls 100 shares. So that's times 100. That's how they come up with the $650 price tag. Okay, and so they're saying you shouldn't pay more than $650. If I'm okay with that, then I'm going to hit the buy button again, and I'm going to actually send that order to the market. I'm not going to do that right now, but that is how you apply for it to get approved for options. And then that is the walkthrough of how you would actually trade a put in this example. Or if you were going to do a call, you would do the same thing on the call option side. So I hope this has been helpful in helping you get approved for options and at least understand a high level overview of how the option platform looks on here and what it looks like before you place your full option trade. Remember, don't forget to check the link in the description so you can get a free stock by opening up an account with Webull, and then you'll also get an extra stock for free if you make an initial deposit of $100. I have other tutorials on this video about the overview of the Webull app, how to trade stocks with it. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video. That's how other people can find the video. Leave a comment below if you got a question. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check back and be notified by hitting the bell when we release new videos here at thebrownreport.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Hey there, Jason Brown here, and thanks for watching my videos. I want to let you know about my premium group coaching program where my courses, coaching, and community is housed, which is inside of Power Trades University. Many times I get comments like, Jason Brown, I love your teaching. How can I get more of it? How can I work with you? So inside of Power Trades University, I've written courses like Foundations, which teaches you how to read stock charts, how to determine the best time to buy and the best time to sell. I'm also going to walk you through how to do fundamental research and the 3 most important profitable patterns and a whole lot more. Inside of Options Explained, which is my stock options course, I'm breaking down how to use calls and put options to supercharge your account in good markets and to protect your accounts in bad markets and potentially even make money from falling stocks. I'm also going to walk you through in my advanced options course how to use advanced strategies like strangles, iron condors, butterflies, all the advanced combinations to put together direction neutral strategies where it's possible to make money regardless if the stock goes up or down. You're also going to get access to me live 2 hours a week where I actually take what's taught in the courses and I apply it to the real market as I look for real trades with my real account and look to put real money to work looking for stocks and options to trade. You're also going to get access to our trading community of hundreds of other traders just like you, anywhere from beginners to advanced traders inside the community that are putting the information to work, sharing their charts, sharing their trades, getting feedback, learning, and growing their account every single day. So to get more information, just visit powertradesuniversity.com. And if I'm the coach for you and we have the courses for you, then we'd love to see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.